Yeah, just like on this one, like we say, give it a little jerk. You just gotta, it's a feeling. And I don't know if you were watching when Thomas started the blower. He kind of pushes the blower this way, got to throw it down so you go like this. So you will get a technique going sooner or later, the more you use this equipment. Just taking this class, not all of you are going to learn how to run this equipment. You got to, it's just like learning playing ID. You learn it in class and got to use it in the field. And then little by little, you know more and more. Okay?
Gus, as a review, would you mind if we went over this pull and chainsaw again for those basic parts, just to kind of conclude this chapter?
Okay.
What we're looking at here.
Yeah, you can show them where the choke is.
So there's the choke. It don't look like the other ones, but there you go.
That's right. On that one, see, you pull it out. This one you pushed over to the side, you know, on the edger. You know, this you pull back on it. I think, unless Thomas would tell me wrong, almost all 2 cycles have chokes. I'm almost positive. It's the 4 cycle that they did away with the choke, you know, and so you've got that, and you got that, and then you got your, and on the chainsaw, it's like the blower. You pull the choke, and you start all 2 cycles wide open. The throttle got to be in your hand wide open, and then you just pull the rope and until she starts. And then you don't have to keep it going full blast then, you know, you can let it idle, rum, 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 you know, like that. And with chainsaws now, like I told you, they, this one here, it's got the primer button, so you, right there, and then on this one, like I told you before, you look around for everything. Now, this should be the oil, I think.
Yes, sir. There's a little...
Oh, it says, it's got it. Okay.
It's got both those symbols.
Yeah, it's got a little symbol. And sometime it will say oil, you know, whatever, and then it'll tell you where the fuel, where's the fuel cap on that one, Tom?
The fuel cap? This one over here?
Yeah.
So that's for the chain.
Yeah, that's
right?
the oil. On the other side should be the gas. Oh.
It's right here.
That was the gas. And that, okay, this is why I don't like this particular machine. Both of them look alike practically. You know, like you look at the mower over there, caps are totally different.
This cap versus that.
I never liked it when, you know, people get confused, the workers, and they put the gas in the wrong spot, you know. So you want to be able to identify. So as Tom pointed out, put your, like the camera's doing, put your nose down there and see what the symbols are so you know gas from oil. And then as far as starting, this one here, it even tells you across here what to do.
Whoa.
You know, so some of them are easier than others. And one thing that I would point out, like on a chainsaw, it's made for right-handed use. And for some left-handers, they don't like that, but then they learn that they have to go the other way, okay? You pull with your left hand and you have your right hand on the trigger like that, okay? If you ever use an old chainsaw, they do not have the brake. That means as soon as you start it, that chain is going around. It's dangerous. You got to know where it's pointing. You know, if you're not careful, like here, I usually used to step on this. Put my foot in here, right here, hold it down, trigger it, pull. If you don't put your foot in, boom, it'll go down like that. And if that's concrete or dirt, you're just tearing up your chain. You know, when you're standing up, it's a little different. But a lot of people, that saw is too big for people that aren't really powerful to do. So put it on the ground, put your foot in there, and then pull the rope. Okay, and so the chain brake is a great invention when they put that on the chainsaw. Very, very important. Okay, so that's all a little bit of review. You know, you put gas up in here, you put oil into the crankcase in all 4 cycles, and a lot of people get confused, and we tell them about the oil, then they look on the chainsaw and it says oil. They don't realize what the 2 cycle, you're combining the oil and the gas, and that's lubricating the motor. Here, if you just put gas and no oil, you burn it up. There's no lubrication. So it's a crankcase. The crankcase is like in your car. You put oil in it, but in a 2 cycle, and the reason the EPA would like to get rid of 2 cycle, you can understand by putting oil and gas together, when they burn, they smoke more. You know, so you're polluting more. But so far they haven't devised 4 cycle too good for chainsaws because of the weight. Little by little they're coming out with chainsaws that are electric, with a battery, and probably that's the future, you know. But I've never used one, so I can't tell you, but these chainsaws got a lot of torque, a lot of power, and so that's another lecture anyway, because there's a lot to learn to run a chainsaw. And we're just telling you about the engines today, you know, and so to run the power edger or even the mower, it takes a lot of practice in order to do it. You just don't, in class, do it one day and figure I know how to run it, you know. And people, you know, to break away a little bit, a lot of times people think it's easy to mow a lawn. It's not. You have to. Your line, if you ever go to football fields or see things on TV, of baseball, all the beautiful lines on the grass, look, everything looks cool. Well, somebody's doing that by hand. They don't have lasers. They don't have any of that. So it's somebody's brain and hands and feet, and they're mowing and making these different patterns. So, in fact, to tell you a little story, I had a job at St. Francis Wood, and I sent this employee. I mowed the front and I had him mow the back. The lady came out, well, your man's ruining my lawn in the back. And I said, how can you ruin a lawn with a lawnmower? And I went back, and he was making psychedelic design. And there's no lines going any which way. He was just going, the whole grass was mowed, but it looked terrible. So I told him, okay, now you do this part this way, and then this part this way. And when he was done, oh, she was all happy because it looked the way she wanted it.
Back and forth, keep it orderly, huh?
But, you know, so there is, some people are better than others also at running this equipment. And I'm not talking men or women. I'm talking to people. And certain people just are a little bit more gifted in their coordination and everything, and do a good job right off the bat. You know, we bring them into class, teach them a little, and away they go. They're perfect. And it just shocks me sometimes. It took me longer than that. Another time I had my grandson out there, and he had one of our big mowers, and he was helping out. It was during the summer, and so I came in and I said, well, we better mow the lawn. So instead of using our mower, I took the city college mower and gave it to him, you know. And he comes in after a half hour of mowing out there, and he's wringing wet, sweating. And I said, how'd it go? He says, oh, got it done, Grandpa. I said, pretty easy. He said, yeah, it was hard work. I said, well, that did have power takeoff. You didn't let it pull you, didn't you? Pull me?
What?
Because in our business, our mowers are not self-propelled. We push them. Well, he was used to pushing them, and we gave him one of our mowers from school, and it had a power takeoff, and they're harder to push because they have a little more weight to them. And so, part of his learning experience too.
Well, thank you for sharing all this about 2-cycle, 4-cycle engines and all the different parts, Gus.
Okay, I hope everybody learned something.
All right, we'll see you next time, I guess.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.